You know what, brother, man? I'm happy we're living in this time right now. You know, that we got a movie that represents the truth and produced by our own people. So I'm here to enjoy it. You know, I heard a webcast Sunday. Mr. Ishmael said this is the best movie that he ever seen in his life. You know, so I'm like, man, I got to be up here. You know, and they was breaking down the birth of a nation. You know, this was taking place right now. You know, all these pains we're going through, and we're about to birth into something, you know, amazing. I'm definitely glad I'm be a part of this.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir, brother.
There's so many good things I feel like can come from this movie. You know what I'm saying? So the invitation for us was great. And the turnout's been awesome. You know, we got together on campus the week before and was like, you know, we're gonna get everybody to come, and a lot of the students hadn't even heard of Nat Turner or anything like that. So it's gonna be impactful for everybody, I think.
And that's sad. You know, I mean, because Nat Turner, you know, the only book that he ever read was the Bible. And from the Bible, he got that revolutionary spirit. So, man, it's amazing that a lot of our generation ain't heard of him.
Do you have any thoughts about what this could lead to for a film or just inciting black people?
Well, I have good thoughts. I'm going in with a clear mind and a clear heart on what I'm about to see. I hope that I don't be mad when I leave. I don't mind being mad during the movie, but afterwards I hope I'm at peace with it. I expect to learn a lot about my heritage and, you know, what my people went through, and hope that I can retain that knowledge and spread the word out to other people.
I'm so ready, you know, to see just our people doing a different thing, a different vibe. And I think this is just the beginning of the new wave of what we're doing as young people, as creators, as artists, and trying to create. So it's just like the culmination of that production, and we're really proud to see one of our young brothers do it. So we're about to like learn from him, take notes, and do it again, and definitely, you know, reproduce the project.
Yes. Word. It's good to see everybody here showing out because they care, because they want to know, because they want to see what's going on, they want to be involved. Like that's the most genuine thing, when people just come out when they don't have to. And unfortunately we see that when these events happen and people don't show out, but this is not that time. And so it's good. I'm happy to be here. I'm blessed.
I'm excited. You know, I heard about the movie. It's good to see our people in the right light, you know. And I like seeing all my people out here. It's a lot of love, and I enjoy it.
It was a Hollywood version of the story, you know. That's what it was, you know. We got a lot of stories to tell. That's one of them. It was, you know, it's a good beginning, but you know, they could have been a little bit more gritty, to the point about what was really going on. And like I said, it was a very cute way. It was cute. It was a cute way to talk about Nat Turner. They could have been a little hardcore with it. That movie was like an hour and a half. And I think the actual rebellion was like 10, 15 minutes of that movie. So, I mean, they could have added a little bit more to that. They could have added a little bit more chunk to that change. But, you know, whatever. It's the first time I ever seen a movie about Nat Turner. So, you know, I'm going to go with the end. Like, you know, it had its ups and its downs. And I'll just leave it like that. It had its ups and its downs, you know, brother. So, I ain't mad. I ain't glad. I'm just, you know, here. Do we all feel the same way?
Yeah.
Get in here. Come over here. I'm not the only one in this mug who feel this way.
I feel kind of bad because my initial reaction when the credits started to roll was like slavery porn and Christian propaganda.
Oh.
I know that's kind of harsh, but it's kind of like, well, I'm not saying I'm an atheist, because I mean I do believe in God, but where was God when all that happened and when strange fruit was hanging from the tree? And you know, you see a lot of abuses for the slaves, but we get like, you know, a cool 7 to 10 minutes of action, and then, you know, he's swinging, and it's like, okay, well, I get it. You know, we don't learn about Nat Turner in school, but it's not like we're getting an accurate depiction in this movie either. Great, you know, all these people are swinging, and now they're having a party because, you know, now Nat Turner's dead. It's like, oh, and that's how we're going to end the movie. No wonder it got a standing ovation at Sundance. Makes them feel comfortable.
Made them feel great.
I'm sure it made him feel wonderful. $17 million the movie got bought for at Fox. And it's like, now I see why.
Man, it's a lot. you know, that we got a process, you know, but yeah, it was good. The quality was good, you know, but the main thing is going to wake up that Joshua generation, you know, and that's the positive in it, you know. I mean, a lot of our youngsters don't even know about Nat Turner, you know, and I mean, and they probably ain't gonna read about it, but they'll come watch a film. It feels good to have a movie that we actually had some hand in, you know, telling history a lot of youngsters don't even know about, you know, so it was a positive, you know.
Coming in, I was very hopeful. Coming out, I'm kind of depressed. And I say this because even as much as I love Brother and the movie was so needed at this time, it was another slave movie. I also feel like this is for white people and it was mostly black people in the audience. It was kind of disheartening thinking of what's going on right now and comparing it to the movie, and it's the same thing. Our bodies are being slain. I think this is preparing us for what's about to happen and that we should get ready. And so I encourage everybody out there to understand what's going on. We are slaves still. Sis, take it from
I feel you. I'm saying that, like I said before, it's good to see black people in production and making these movies ourselves. And taking it from a different angle, a different side. I mean, yeah, okay, it's another slave movie to me, but at the same time, I'm kind of proud to see, you know, a brother at least kind of put our angle in there. I think, like Terry was saying, I believe it's for the white audience. I really don't feel like this is a movie for the black audience. I feel like I'm tired of seeing our stories and our trauma capitalized on screen. Yes. And I'd appreciate, you know, I feel like I don't feel like it was right. I don't think it brought healing or justice into the space, into the theater. I definitely don't walk away with it with any sense of healing or justice. But I do feel like it is a good point of view, and I feel like there's a large white audience that really needs to see that and really needs to see what we go through and how it currently. And I don't think that was brought in the movie. But yes. I think we as a community need to relate what we went through in the past, that Sankofa idea, to what we're going through now, and see how the same idea is replicated. Notice those slaves weren't walking around in chains. They were piece of paper, and it's the same thing. It hasn't changed. They're still slaying us for no reason in the streets. People are shot up just like those young men that we were seeing in the movie. You know, we're still held accountable and forced to live in subpar conditions and ghettos from here to every corner and crack and crevice of this country. Even though we're the ones that built this country, we picked the cotton that made the economic situation we have now. So it kind of reminds me of Christ, in that if we're planning this fight and we're planning to, you know, love and create this African justice, that we got to be willing to die, we got to be willing to fight, we got to be willing to lose and make the same sacrifices that our ancestors made for me. I spit in the poem, I said, our ancestors died and their passion for lives are roots, so today we still eat the fruits of their labor. And this movie just kind of proclaimed how that is exactly true and how we got to keep that fight up. But I don't feel like it was for us. I feel like this is for a white population. I feel like if you're a white ally, you can go see this movie and take your homies out to see this movie, please.
A fight will come. I mean, once we start growing our own food, once we start unlocking or unlearning what we've been taught, the fight will come to us. So I feel like getting that ready, getting ourselves ready in this mentality is needed. And that's what I would say the movie reminded me, is that this is still a fight. Like, we are not free. I watch people every day prove to me that the slavery is in your mind. And so I just feel like to keep unlearning, and it's hard. I'm 21 years old and I'm still telling myself not to say ghetto, you know, stuff like that. So it's like to constantly remind yourself, to constantly remember it's the future. So whatever I do today is for my son, is for my family. And so that's one thing I just want to thank brother who made the film. I forgot your name, but I appreciate Nate Parker. Thank you so much, Nate Parker, because as numb, as closed off as I feel right now, it was needed. And you're just reminding us how much it was needed. And I appreciate it.
One thing that I want to mention is that, like, it is Hollywood, you know, and it is the media, and to break into something so dominated by this mental slavery, you know, that's how they keep a hold on us. Like, I want to give Nate so much love for, you know, putting so much energy into, you know, a system that is not built for us.
Honestly, I feel like today with this movie that I've seen, There's nothing but confirmation of what we have to do. It's not really much I have to really say. I mean, you see what time it is. I mean, like, if y'all want to really do something about that, you're welcome to tap in with the Sac City BSU. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go into further detail, but you know really what time it is. And that's all I'm leaving with there. But yeah, if y'all really want to make a change, y'all tap in on Facebook, Sac City BSU, Sacramento City College BSU. You can contact me or whatever, and we can really vibe on some real things, real life situations to make a change. You know what I mean?
I think for everybody who didn't see the movie, when you do see the movie, it's going to raise a lot of emotions in you. Don't let those emotions die. Let those emotions fuel your next move in the movie after that. So I'm glad everybody who came, everybody who turned out, this was major. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the support, and let's keep building.
You know, it was just a good thing that we were able to get so many young minds to come watch this movie, Birth of a Nation. You know, what I took from it was that, you know, we really have to make sure and remember, you know what I'm saying, those who came before us, and that we wasn't all just sitting there and allowing these things to happen. There were those who really made a stand, no matter the consequences. Some of them knew the consequences and went forth anyway. And we have to make sure that we remember those ancestors and use those ancestors as fuel, because right now it is go time. And so the Sac City BSU is just thankful, you know, for the opportunity to be here for this new film. And I'm gonna definitely take something and hold on to a few jewels myself.